Hey everyone, Duke here, and with Grandmaster Nightfalls out this week, I thought now would be the perfect time to talk about how to quickly get caught up in levels if you aren't already high enough to do these activities. There's two important things to note when talking about our power level. First, there's the difference between gear level and bonus level. Gear level is the white number when hovering over your total power level, and is based on the 8 slots of gear that you currently have equipped. This level is currently capped at 1570 in Season of the Haunted. The bonus level is the blue number and is based on getting XP through doing anything in the game, with of course some sources being much more efficient, and we'll go over those in this video. This level is uncapped, but does reset at the start of every season. In order to do Grandmaster Nightfalls, you must be 15 above the seasonal gear cap to even enter, which this season means you need to be 1585 power. Do note that being above this level will not help you, as you're also capped at 1585 for GM activities. Also, master content throughout the game is set at 20 above the seasonal power cap, which means it's set at 1590 this season. For master content, usually being within 10 or so levels of the recommended power should make it reasonably doable, so we'll set the target still at 1585 power in order to have the ability to do Grandmaster Nightfalls. Note that in order to reach 1585, even at the gear cap of 1570, you will also need a 15 power bonus through XP on your artifact, so we will go over both gear leveling and XP leveling. Starting with gear leveling, in order to get to 1570, you will need to do activities that give Pinnacle gear. Starting at 1560 gear power, no other activity drops will give you any benefit to your gear score, so these activities will be required to get higher leveled gear. There's 4 drops in the game currently that will be +1 Pinnacle drops, which basically means that it's going to be 1 higher than your current power level through your gear score. These are doing your 3 strikes with the weekly active burn, completing 3 Gambit matches, completing 3 Crucible matches, and lastly, getting 5,000 clan XP. I know this one says powerful gear, but this one has been a +1 Pinnacle for quite a long time, and still is. All other Pinnacle drops will be +2 Pinnacle drops, which basically means that they're going to be 2 power higher than your average gear score. These include the 100k Nightfall, 100k Weekly Story Mission, the Preservation Mission, defeating powerful Cabal and champions in the Vox Obscura activity, completing a Master Wellspring, the Vow of the Disciple raid, which actually has up to 5 drops, as there are 4 encounters that each give Pinnacle drops, and a 5th drop if you do the weekly challenge. The Duality dungeon, which actually has 3 drops, as you will get a Pinnacle drop for each encounter for the first time each week. Completing any Sever mission. The weekly rotating raid, which only gives 1 drop from completing the raid. This drop will rotate each week, is currently Deepstone Crypt, and basically the order after Deepstone Crypt will be Vault of Glass, and then go back to Last Wish, and then Garden of Salvation, and then back to Deepstone Crypt. And it just continues in that 4-week rotation. There's also a weekly rotating dungeon, which has the same exact idea. Basically, you get 1 Pinnacle drop for completing the dungeon. This is currently Prophecy, and will rotate between the 4 dungeons. Next week will be Grasp of Avarice, then we will go to Shattered Throne, and to Pit of Heresy, and then back to Prophecy, and continuing in that rotation. There's a Pinnacle for getting 250k score on Dares of Eternity. Also, when Trials is available on the weekends, if you get 50 points from round wins and or Flawless, you can get 2 Pinnacles from the node on the Crucible map. And by hovering over Saint 14 on the weekend, you'll also notice that there's a Pinnacle for winning 7 matches. And back in the Crucible, when Iron Banner is active, which will be next week, the week of July 12th, you will also have a Pinnacle each day for the first 4 days. These will stack up, and you will be able to do 4 Pinnacles per character. Note that you can also do these Pinnacles each week on every character, so having multiple characters will be an advantage to getting leveled in a shorter time period, and will make it easier to avoid the time gates on drops. Now, as you're doing these Pinnacle drops, you'll also want to be focused on XP in order to increase your bonus level, as mentioned earlier. The absolute #1 best way to get XP quickly is going to be through your seasonal challenges. These will give huge chunks of XP, with the amount of pluses after the XP signifying more XP for more pluses. The ones that have 3 pluses of XP will give hundreds of thousands of XP just from 1 challenge. Trying to do these while also doing other Pinnacles is a great way to multitask and multi-level both for efficiency, and is even more important if you maybe don't have as much time to play but still want to get high enough level to do endgame activities. Bounties are another really great way to level, and many times can be done in conjunction with Pinnacles and or seasonal challenges. For example, you may be able to do Gambit bounties while defeating enemies in Gambit, while also completing your 3 Gambit matches for the week. There's loads of different examples of being able to triple multitask this though, and you can even go a step further by having gunsmith bounties that can be done in just about any activity at the same time. Finally, if you've already done most or all of your pinnacles and seasonal challenges and just want to maximize bounty XP, I've got a really strong tip for you. First, you'll want to pick up as many strike bounties, gunsmith bounties, and cosmodrome bounties as possible. Then load up the cosmodrome strike of your choice on the director. This will allow you to complete 3 types of bounties all at the same time. I personally prefer Devil's Lair for the ad density, but any cosmodrome strike will work. Also note that in between strikes, don't forget that you can use the official Destiny 2 companion app to buy bounties from Orbit, so that you don't have to repeatedly go to the tower and the cosmodrome to get more bounties. I hope this video helped those of you looking to do the highest difficulty content Destiny 2 has to offer this season. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.